Hello, everybody. Hello, intuitive souls. Welcome to my live event on my private Facebook group, Intuitive Soul Rising. This event is part of a live weekly series called 33 Masters, where each week for the next 11 weeks, we will be practicing, sensing, and channeling 3 different ascended masters as outlined and inspired by Kyle Gray's new book, which is called, and I'll show you the book here, Divine Masters and Ancient Wisdom. Hi, Jim. Hi, Con. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. I was just going to make a couple announcements before we begin, and as we're waiting for more to join. First and foremost, is my sound okay? If there's any technical issues throughout the broadcast, please let me know in the comments. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Kira. Hi, Yele. So, yes, the announcements. First and foremost, in order to participate in the live events, you need to be a member of my private Facebook group. But I will also be sharing the replays on my YouTube channel, which is also called Intuitive Soul Rising. So if you're watching this replay from my channel, feel free to join my group. I'll leave a link in the description box below to my group. And I will also leave a link to my business Facebook page, where I currently offer private readings, either live or pre-recorded. And I also offer channeling practice mentorship sessions, which where you can work one-on-one with me, and we can work with your team to hone in on your channeling abilities and practice those. And yeah, you can book any of those services from my business page. So I just thought I'd let you guys know about that. And then lastly, if you are watching this video on my YouTube channel, please be sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button at the bottom of the screen. My goal is to create more educational and helpful content related to mediumship and intuitive development for a wider audience. And I know there are a lot of people that are waking up every day and they have questions, and they are looking or needing this information. So the more people who subscribe, the wider the circulation of these videos. And so I thank you all who already have subscribed, and feel free to share this content with anyone who you think may benefit. So now I just want to go into why I chose to create this specific event and this series. The main reason is because I just want to get to know the Ascended Masters better. I mean, I think a lot of us are realizing as we get into mediumship that there are just so many high vibrational beings that we can connect to and channel for guidance. And I have not connected and channeled all of them, and that's kind of my goal, is to just connect to as many different beings as I can. And I've noticed as I'm learning to channel that the more practice you get, the more you learn to tune into the different frequencies and energies of each being who has their own unique vibration, their own unique personality and wisdom to share, the easier it is to pick up on the energies who might be around you, who might be wanting to connect with you. And so, yeah, I hope this is a helpful series and helping you all to learn more about specifically the Ascended Masters. And a shout out to Kyle Gray and his book. For those of you who have the book, I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are, but I found it to be super informative and super helpful in creating a really good foundational understanding of who the masters are and how they can help us and how we can connect to them and what we can learn from them on our spiritual paths. And so I'm going to use this book. It's not necessary to have the book on hand, but I am going to be kind of referring to the book here when we get to each Ascended Master to give just a little bit of a background on that specific master so we can learn a little bit about who they are. And then we will then practice inviting their energy in and sensing using our different clairs, how we're picking up on them. I want you all to participate in the comments and share your experiences. And we will make time to channel messages for the group from each master. And then also, if you have questions for a specific master, we will be able to get to some of those also today. So I'm thinking at least an hour, but most likely an hour and a half, depending on how many questions and how much time we need to cover each one. So thank you again for being here with us. Let's see. Let me go back. I have some notes, so I'll make sure I stay on point today. Yeah, so that's all I really wanted to say for my introduction. The first thing I like to do when I bring in energies is I like to clear intention. I like to set my intention and I like to clear my energetic space. And who better to do that than Archangel Michael, who's most of us know is our spiritual bouncer. He's all about keeping your space high vibe and making sure only the highest energies of love and light can enter. So I'm going to call him in now, and I'm going to ask him to clear all of our energetic spaces, so to help create a sacred space around us wherever we are, to only allow the highest frequencies and energies and beings of love and light into that space. And then I'm going to ask him to help clear all of us individually, all of our auric fields and energy bodies of all lower vibrational energies, attachments, and energetic cords that do not align with our higher selves and do not align with or do not serve our highest intention and purpose in this moment of now and moving forward throughout our day. So thank you, Archangel Michael, for doing that for us. And so I think it's really also helpful when you're channeling, and I always have like a crystal with me in my lap too for grounding, but grounding is so important when it comes to channeling, because you're connecting with higher dimensional realms. The frequencies can be really powerful, really intense, and so the need to ground those energies and anchor them down is so important in our spiritual practice and then as we go about our days. So I'm going to do just a quick exercise, somewhat like a meditation, to just get us focused more in this present moment and to help us ground our energies and get a little bit more balanced. So if you guys all would like to just take a minute to just get relaxed wherever you are, in your chair, wherever you're sitting, and then start taking in some deep, intentional breaths. In and out. And as you're breathing in and out, imagine you are, well, not imagine, but give your body permission to release, relax, and let go of any tensions, any stress that you might be holding in your body, or anywhere you may notice there are blockages of energy. Just breathe in and imagine you are surrounded by source energy, by a white, light, crystalline energy, that you are drawing in this energy with each breath, and that you are drawing up and out any tension, breathing that out, letting Spirit take that from you. Giving permission for that tension and stress to be released and transmuted into the white light that's surrounding you. Now I'd like you to focus your attention on your heart chakras and to intentionally open up and expand your heart chakras to receiving the loving source energy that is around you. Feel the love cleansing, purifying, and helping to bring into balance your divine masculine, your divine feminine, bringing you into a harmonic inner state of well-being, peace, relaxation, contentment. And then I'd like you to focus on your crown chakra opening up to bring forward and feel the flow of divine love and light from source energy coming down through your crown chakra. Mine's vibrating quite strongly now. And to allow this energy to just continue to flow down into your third eye chakra, to filter down into any areas that might be blocked, to help lift those areas into a higher vibration, but help to clear them and release any blockages. And then let it flow down now into your throat chakra to do the same. Intentionally releasing any energetic blockages, tension out through your throat chakra. And then bring it down into your heart chakra to again feel that heart expansion and connection, that loving connection to source that we all have, opening up our hearts to receiving the messages from the higher realms that want to come through today with clear and open channels. And then I'm going to have you focus your attention now on your root chakra. And I would like you to bring, and you can use your breath to do this, to guide the energy down into your legs, into your calf muscles, your feet. And let this energy of light travel down into the deeper depths of Mother Earth, into her soil, into her darkness, her creative void. And as this energy moves down, let it connect to the Earth Star chakra below your feet. Sense and feel this chakra lighting up, a pink ray of loving energy. As you connect to Mother Earth, feel her love, take her love into every cell of your body. Allow this love to expand and raise your vibrations. And then visualize this love and light energy traveling up through your roots, back into the soles of your feet, up through your legs, up through your root chakra, and now up through your sacral and solar plexus chakra, cleansing, purifying, expanding the light within. And allow this energy, Mother Earth's love, to travel up to meet source energy in your heart chakra, and feel the expansion of love as these two meet. I'm feeling it very very expansive, very high vibrational. So hopefully you are feeling that too. And then just slowly bring yourself back to the present moment, back to where we are here in space and time. And we will get started. So I'm just going to check in with the comments, see who is here. Hello, Anne. 2 Anns. We have Lauren, and Kira was saying Mahavatar Babaji came out in her reading today. Looking forward to know more about him. Wow, that's very exciting. Divine timing on that. Love it. And hi, Jen. Hello. Okay, so I think hopefully that helped you guys get a little more grounded and feeling more present in the moment. So I'm going to start. We're going to start with Ashtar command. I have not actually channeled directly myself any of these energies here today before, so this is new to me as well. So we'll see, yeah, like how we pick up on them. So I'm just going to use Kyle's book to kind of read a little bit about Commander Ashtar and what he's known for. He is a multidimensional extraterrestrial who promotes truth, peace, and harmony between planets. He is known as an alien, but he comes in the form of a human, and he communicates at a heart level with those on Earth who feel called to connect with the interplanetary beings and starships. He is the leader and guide of the Star Command, and who is a congregation of extraterrestrial beings that are dedicated to the protection and guardianship of Earth, and he is part of the Great White Brotherhood. Ashtar is a strong point of contact for people who are interested in UFOs and interdimensional communication. And then the different ways we can work with Ashtar are if we're looking to understand UFO and alien experiences, if we are wanting to establish connections beyond this dimension, if we're looking to overcome a longing for our distant home, if we're feeling like we were a starseed before, or we were from another planet and we're longing for that, or we don't feel like we belong, we can definitely call in him. And also to help us step onto our path and teaching us how to lead by example. So those are just a few ways that he can help us. But let's bring him in and see what he wants to share with us. I'm going to, with each being that we bring in, I'm going to, let me go over this. Yeah, just, we're going to go through some of the clairs. So we're going to practice sensing using our different clairs. We're just going to use the main kind of most prominent clairs that a lot of us develop when we are mediums, which are clairsentience, clairvoyance, and clairaudience. And then I feel like claircognizance kind of encompasses all 3 of those, because as someone who's primarily claircognizant, I notice I'll just get like downloads, and sometimes it'll be waves of feelings or visions or hearing. So, you know, we're each going to practice channeling in our own way and the way that's unique to us and our unique abilities, but we will have a chance to kind of single in on some of these senses. And the first sense we're going to start with is clairsentience. So I'm going to just start by, and some of you might already be feeling his energy. I will just say, just even when we're talking about him, he knows he knows he's being invited to join. So if you're picking up anything right now, even you know, note that in the comments. Let us know what you're picking up on initially. But I am going to ask him officially to step forward so we can sense and feel his energy. And so we're really focusing in on clairsentience right now. And where is he entering in? From what area around you? Do you feel his presence coming forward? I feel him coming kind of straight on to my right side. I definitely feel him looking at me like directly. But I feel a lot around my upper chakras right now, a lot of vibration around like the sides of my face. So yeah, tune into each chakra really and see where you might be feeling pressure, heat, like vibration. Your ears might be ringing. I mean, there's so many different ways you can pick up on energy. So please let us know how you are sensing him right now. And I'm going to check in to see if anyone has got anything to share. Nice. Lauren is clairvoyantly seeing Ashtar in a blue spacesuit, white blonde hair, which is long. Yes, yes. I didn't even get to show the picture, but yes, that is exactly what the picture is of Ashtar. Very cool. And Carolyn is feeling him straight in front. Also, lots of heart expansion and throat too. Wow, very nice. Heart expansion, yes. And Rita, Rita has to leave, but thank you for joining. Yes, definitely catch the replay. And if I forgot to mention also to those who might be new to this or just learning how to channel, whenever there's a live event, you don't have to be live to pick up on the energies or practice with us. You can practice at any time. We are channeling beings from higher dimensional realms where space and time don't exist and information travels at the speed of light. So just know that you will be able to practice along whatever time you are watching these videos. So Anne is saying throat. Okay, yeah, I am actually feeling a lot of sensations in my throat as well. But that's interesting. But yeah, lots of upper chakra activity, it seems, happening, and people are noticing. Anne, a different Anne, is saying, I feel him in my heart, his love. Oh, feels like crying. Oh. Yes, light blue color. Yes, yes, his energy is very blue. Also, I was kind of picking up on that vibration as well. I feel like, you know, if you get a strong connection like that to a being, at least this is my personal experience, that tends to be a being who you are very connected with energetically, who wants to connect with you, maybe is one of your guides. That you have some kind of close relationship with. So there's a couple beings that come through like that for me, and they are definitely my more prominent guides. And so I feel like that could be something for you to, you know, learn more about, Anne. And Vanessa is saying back of her head. Yes, I'm also feeling some crown chakra activity around here and kind of towards the back. But very, very cool. He also wants to, that could also be a sign that he wants to channel a message through you. So maybe later when we get to that part, see what he has to say, or if he wants to say anything now even. And Nicole, she's feeling on her shoulders and top of head. Yeah, yeah. So when he first came in, I felt a lot of like energy coming at my face, and my whole upper chakras kind of lit up. But now I feel it settling really around the crown area, and you know, a little bit of third eye also here. So, and Khan's saying a lot of heat coming into his body. Wow, heart and throat expansion. Yes, very good. Regina says crown and right side of her head. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name right. Banafsha is feeling his energy on the right side of her face with right ear ringing. Wow, ear ringing. Very, very interesting. Some strong energy coming through. Kira, heart expansion, and she feels his energy on her right I was feeling that as well. Anne says, thank you. He confirms my longing and your message. Oh, that's so sweet. I love that you guys are connecting. That's so awesome. Patrick says, only feel it in the crown and towards the back of the head, like a headache, but it came on so fast. It's not a headache. Ear pressure. Grabbing some water to make sure. Yeah, chances are it's not a headache, but yeah, drink some water. But yeah, you can also ask him if it's a little bit too much pressure. You can ask him to step back a little bit and see if that helps kind of relieve some of that pressure for you. But I definitely feel, I see how his energy could come in pretty strong in that way. So I hope I got to everybody on that. I think so, but continue to comment if you'd like on that. I'm going to move now to, let's move now to clairvoyance. And so we're going to practice what images. So I'm going to ask him to, come in through our third eye and help us to see him clearly, see his energy. What images, notice what images, symbols, colors you might be seeing. They could come in a flash. They could be a sense of knowing what is the color. Maybe you're not even seeing it very clearly, but you just seem to know, and that would be clairvoyant or claircognizance. And let's see what we're picking up on. I'm definitely seeing the blonde hair and the blue eyes. He seems to be highlighting those features. So he came in with like showing me his blonde hair, and now he's highlighting his blue eyes. And I'm, feeling like a Pleiadian energy, although, I'm not familiar with what his background is or origins are. But the blue suit is definitely coming through. And I'm just seeing him smiling, so he's very happy to be here, is the sense I'm picking up on. So let us know how you are seeing Ashtar. And it may not be exactly the same. So we all have our own unique vibration, our unique filters with which we can pick up energies and sense them. So if it's different from what I'm feeling, it doesn't matter. We're all unique in that way. So please share, and we'll see. Sometimes there's some common experiences that are happening. Okay, so Michelle, oh, too much distraction, can't get away from. That's typically my life. I'm lucky enough that I'm able to borrow my husband's office because at home we have a lot of kids, and it's hard to get a quiet space. So I totally understand that. Oh, hi, Alyssa. Hello. She is getting blue and purple stars. Ooh, very interesting. Yes, the galactic connection. I love that. Regina is seeing blue. Yes, very potent blue energy. Patrick, something violet in the shape of a 1, maybe an emblem like dagger or something. Yeah, very cool. I'm sure there's something significant about that. And Lauren, I'm seeing a silver flying saucer. Wow, so he is part of the commander of the spaceship fleet, so that's really cool. Michelle feels rushes of energy and chills through her body. Wow, very interesting. Powerful, powerful energy coming through. Kira feels her third eye and eyes flickering. Wow, very cool. Yeah, we asked him to come in there, so maybe he's intensifying the energy in those areas. Lauren is seeing nebulas and galaxies and stars. Wow, you're really connecting to the stars through him. He's kind of about interdimensional travel, so I feel like he'll take you to places you've never been. Like intuitively, I'm just picking up on that now. I don't know, maybe he'll talk more about that in a little bit. Carolyn, hi Carolyn, tons of pressure in third eye, but no images. Okay, no worries. You're definitely picking up on his energy though, so that's great. Nicole, same. She's realizing this one is her weaker area, clairvoyance, though it's also hard for her to get a quiet space. Yeah, yeah. You know, sometimes it's hard to, the space where we're at sometimes can affect like how we're feeling it. But really, you know, we're all at different levels with how our abilities are turning on. And so I didn't get clairvoyance right away either. And it's not my dominant clair, but I do get a little bit of it come through. So Anne says, blue eyes, light yellowish hair, blue clothing. He shows me a light blue woman, my cosmic mother, and this is crying time for me in a good way, like longing home. Wow. Oh my gosh, Anne, this is awesome. I love that. Wow. Very cool. Like he's been waiting for this moment, I feel like, for you to really make this connection. And I'm just so glad that we can hold space for that. Thank you so much for sharing that. Okay, so yes, Benefsha, I can feel him standing in front of me, but I can't see any colors or images. Yeah, sometimes, you know, you're probably predominantly clairsentient, so it's good that you can sense him in that way. But I'm sure that, you know, with more practice, those things will kind of come online when it's time. Khan, blonde hair, blue eyes, has a goatee. Oh, wow. And smiling. Blue uniform, gold admiral-like shoulder pads, gold buttons, little bit of black behind the buttons. Wow. Khan has really developed his intuitive gifts. He practices a lot, but he gets some really clear images. So thank you for sharing that. It's awesome. I love to, I don't get those kind of details usually, but I think it's so cool that that comes through for you like that. So thank you. And thank you for holding space for us to meet in this love. Oh, yes. It's pure love when you connect with your, like, your star family or however he's presenting to you. Just to make that heart connection is just so powerful and so beautiful. So I'm so happy that we could be a part of that for you. Vanessa, I don't see him, but my eyes are fluttering a lot. Wow, interesting. I think Kara was having that same experience. I'm going to take a break and have some water here. I am getting some tickling action going on in my throat. Sometimes that means there's a message that wants to come through. So I feel like he is wanting to really come through in that way for us today. So I'm going to move quickly to clairaudience, and we'll just tune into clairaudience. I'm going to ask Ashtar to help open up our audio channels to hear him clearly and to give us a word or a message that he wants to share with us. So let's just see if you can tune in and just kind of still your mind for a second, and then see if any words form in your mind, or if you're picking up on a knowing of something that he might want to say. And please share that in the comments. And like I said, I've got some tickling going on. It's so random and out of the blue here. But yeah, I'm just going to tune in real quick and see if I can pick up on anything like that. Well, I'll just have you guys do that for us, and then we'll get to channeling messages after that, because I'm still kind of looking at the comments. Carolyn said she just saw a blue image in her mind's eye. I'll take it. Yes. See, you just got to ask sometimes, you know, to come in a little bit stronger. That's awesome. Good job. Patrick, he's also getting 2 half circles, one bigger and one smaller, together in a circle, the seam doing diagonally. Wow, that's like sacred geometry, or that's really cool that you're seeing that. I would love to kind of understand more about what that might mean. Interesting. And Alyssa's saying 333 here. Oh, wow. That's so, yes. And Lauren too. That's awesome. I love that confirmation. Yeah, it was funny when I first started to when I first got the idea to do this series, it was actually like a month or two ago. So I've been thinking about it for a while. As soon as I got the idea, I think I looked at the clock and I saw 333. And it was like, okay, that's confirmation. But then after that, would not stop seeing 333 or 33. So it was just, I was being bombarded with that number, and it was just really funny to me how they were kind of pushing me to do this. And Anne says, they both invite me to connect. Beautiful, Anne. And Marjorie, who did you guys bring in? We brought in Commander Ashtar. So we're just kind of sensing him right now, picking up on him energetically, clairvoyantly, clairsentiently, and right now, specifically clairaudiently. So if he has a message or a word for the group or anything that you can pick up on, yeah, please share. Lauren, the interstellar gateways are opening, dear ones. Oh, yes, this is her message. Okay, so this is her message from Ashtar. Awesome. The interstellar gateways are opening, dear ones. Connect with me in the astral to travel there, to get wisdom and to access the stars and connect with your star family. Oh, I love it. That is so perfect. That's awesome. You tuned in, Lauren. Good job. Beautiful message as well. Thanks for sharing that with us. Let's see, and I'll just give it a little bit of time. Khan, here's the message that Khan heard. He heard space rays at first. Kind of like Star Wars. That's so funny. And now he's hearing, or he's getting the word patience. Be kind to those that have not awakened. Wow. They do not know what they don't know. I'm seeing a baby crawling. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Khan. Yay. I love that. And it's so true. We're all at different levels of awakening. So, well, awesome, guys. So I would like to start or invite you to, if you have specific questions that we can practice kind of channeling messages for. I can channel a message. I want to tune in and see if there's anything that he wants to say to the group right now, and then just keep, sending in the messages that you are getting, or if you have questions specifically that you want me to try to channel about, I can do that. So, yeah, I just see him kind of smiling, and his energy has really calmed down. So I'm really feeling like a lot of peace and gratitude from him. He's starting to speak, so he's wanting to thank us for the opportunity to step forward in this way, to connect with all of you through your hearts, he's showing. And he's highlighting heart expansion. He's wanting to gift you with the ability to connect more deeply and engage more consciously, he's saying, with your starseed family. But he's not just talking about your starseed, like specific family members. He's saying, now he's clarifying, he's talking about your galactic brothers and sisters. So he's showing all the planets, all the galaxies, all the star systems are part of your past and your future, he's saying, which I feel is really interesting. He's highlighting future races of galactic beings. And then he's talking about like evolution. So I want to see if he wants to clarify on that. He's saying no, he just wants us to feel connected to all beings of light and love that are here to guide and serve and protect us as we're growing. And so it's really interesting. He's kind of bringing it back to Khan's comment right now, and he's showing us as babies. He's showing us that, he's showing me that image, like we are the babies, that they are sort of the loving parents, and they're kind of creating a sphere of protection around Earth, a sphere of light and love to shelter us, he's saying, to shelter us from the dark incoming kind of bombarding energies that are bombarding our planet right now. They're really providing, he's saying, he's calling it a shield of protection so that we can align with our higher self, so that we can meet our galactic families, so that we can connect with them on a soul level and feel that connection. So they're helping to magnify this space and the energy so that we can connect more deeply to those realms, because that's really more of the truth of who we are as higher beings of light. And that's what we have not necessarily been shown up until this point in humanity's evolution. It hasn't been made known to us like on a more public scale, that we have this heritage, that we have this connection. And so he's just really wanting to emphasize that he's here to help us make that transition, or make that leap into consciousness and that leap in awareness, he's saying. That's awesome. I love that. Thank you. I want to tune back into the comments and see if you guys are picking up on anything else from him, or if you have any questions. Anne is asking, is there a constellation or star she should focus on? I'm immediately hearing Orion. Before I even read your question, I'm hearing Orion. So check in with that and see if that resonates for you. Marjorie, Ashtar, a message from Ashtar from Marjorie came in, or she's just describing how she's feeling him. He came into my ears like wax was being cleared and vibrations in my lip. I feel the centering of energy and clearing. Wow, beautiful. That's awesome, Marjorie. Yes, thank you for that. Alyssa, that's funny. I kept seeing Captain America's shield. Yes, Alyssa, yes. He was definitely being very specific about the shield of protection. I love that. And I love the superhero theme that runs through your guides and how they present information to you. That's very cool. And yes, it does. Thank you. Awesome. And Patrick, I might as well ask about the images I was about. Okay, yes, awesome. I was kind of thinking the same thing. We need to check in with Ashtar. So what were the images about? What was the meaning behind the images that Patrick was seeing? He's showing like connecting. So he's kind of showing me right now the connection. And he's calling it like the overlapping of consciousness. So he's showing that there's a point where we make this connection where it's kind of like there's two outside circles that seem to be separate, but then there's like the point that connects like in the middle, that where everything sort of comes together into alignment. So he's showing energetic alignment and activation. So it's a portal, he's saying, of activating and aligning with the higher dimensional frequencies, the galactic energies that are flowing through. So like it just, the center point kind of represents the more point where all of these energies kind of come through, like a portal. He's showing it, or a gateway. He's saying there's like a lot of symbolism there. It's hard to explain it all in one one concept, because he's saying that it's just it's more the image that you're receiving and sort of what he's saying DNA is picking up on that is necessary for your specific unique activation in this process. So it seems like that image is specific to you, and what I don't even know if what I'm seeing is exactly what you're seeing, but I feel intuitively that what he's sharing is like more directed towards you, to the collective, he's saying, but in your specific time of growth, it's like an activation. It's an activation for you, like a portal and gateway to help activate your DNA and connect with the higher realms, higher galactic realms. So I'm curious, Patrick, if you do connect with the galactic realms, if you do feel close to your starseed family, if you do feel drawn to that type of energy or those beings naturally, let us know in the comments. And if that resonates at all, I hope it resonates. But if it doesn't, let us know too. Okay, so I'm going to go back up a little bit. Yeah, Carrie's saying it's the kid influence. I would have to agree. With a son who's really into superheroes. So that's awesome. I love that. Michelle, I'm looking forward to personal spiritual expansion. Glad to be part of this group. Already you're all assisting me a lot. Oh, thank you, Michelle. That's wonderful. We're so happy to have you here. Welcome. This is a very loving group and supportive group, and I hope that we continue to grow and help others to grow and expand. Alyssa, they always use my vocabulary. That's awesome. Carolyn has to go, but she'll catch the replay later. Thank you so much for being here, Carolyn. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, so I'm not seeing any other questions at the moment. So I'll just give like a couple last seconds. Okay. Oh, I'm just going to see Patrick. I'm resonating with that, but I'm not getting so many messages, at least on a conscious level. But do more in my sleep. Yeah, it's funny, as I'm reading your comment, I hear him saying, he was saying unconsciously activating is what he said. So I do feel, and that would make sense if you're feeling that in your sleep. Yeah, he's just saying through your third eye. So astral projecting also, you're receiving these messages, and that is what happens when you sleep. So that's really interesting. He's confirming that though, which is good. So I'll give it a couple more seconds for any last questions, but if nothing comes through, then we'll just move on to our next Ascended Master. Oh, Marjorie is seeing stands of energy going from crown to space. Wow, very cool. She sees a sword being waved. The strings are her soul lines. She is moving through the portals. Amazing. Wow, how powerful is that? I feel the high vibration of just reading that, Marjorie. So that's so awesome, and probably so activating as well. Banafsha is saying, Ashtar, may I know, question, may I know what starseed my soul comes from? Okay, let me tune more into his energy. From that, what starseed does her soul come from? I'm hearing Pleiadian primarily. So that's kind of a similar frequency to how I'm feeling his energy as well. Pleiadians tend to have like lots of heart expansion, look more human in form with like the light white blonde hair and blue eyes. So how do you resonate with that? Do you resonate with that energy? Yeah, let us know if that resonates with you. But I keep hearing Pleiadian, so yeah, and like the sense that there might be like a deeper connection with you and even Ashtar in that way. So yeah, let me know. Michelle, any messages for me with new practices? Okay, Ashtar, do you have any messages for Michelle when it comes to new practices. He's highlighting right now setting energetic boundaries. So not being too, or he's showing like when you open yourself up to just kind of start practicing sensing the energy around you. So he's kind of shifting it around a little bit. So he's kind of scoped that under energetic boundaries, but now he's sort of clarifying and saying practicing sensing the energy around you. So he's wanting you to tune into like who are you picking up on, who is around you. He's showing you as open, energetically open. So empathic, clairsentient, he's wanting you to just be more aware of the energies, how you pick up on the energies that are around you, or learning how to tune into who is around you. And he's really specifying that. And then learning at the same time, he's kind of showing, and then the boundaries is just about learning how to kind of clear your energetic space, as we did, setting your intentions to only connect with higher dimensional beings of love and light. So just all of these practices are kind of wrapped up into one as you're learning to open up to different energies. You want to also become more firm in your energetic boundaries and who can enter your space. And so Archangel Michael, and he's saying you can call on him for that as well. So he's really good also as a protective force, and he's showing that shield again. He's like carrying that shield, and now he's showing me the sword that Marjorie was talking about. There's a similar frequency. Okay, now he's relaying, and it's making sense more. He's showing there's a similar frequency between him and Archangel Michael. So they carry a similar, he's saying they have a similar vibration at a soul level, soul consciousness. So his energy, Ashtar's, is more kind of geared towards the galactic, interdimensional space kind of travel realms aspect, whereas Michael's is more like angelic and more like all-encompassing. But they have a similar vibration, and you can call on them for protection as well. So call on him anyways. So wow, that's interesting. Thank you for sharing that. I hope that resonates with you, Michelle. Regina would like to know her starseed family. Let's see if I can tune into that from Ashtar. I am seeing like Arcturian is kind of coming through for me. Andromedan. But they have like a similar frequency to me when I sense them. And I'll be honest, I'm still kind of learning as I'm growing how to pick up more on these energies, but I am getting more of like an Arcturian, Andromedan type of energy coming through. It's and I'm seeing him nodding yes, so he's giving me like confirmation with that. And so let me know if that resonates. So I'm just going to keep looking into the card. I think we'll probably have to move on to the next energy so we have enough time to get to all. But Marjorie says she sees him meditating, holding space for us. Beautiful. I love that. He was definitely talking about that earlier. And then she says, the energy in this space is being held. Allow them to enter and clear your lines. Invite me in this space. Beautiful. Beautiful. And Benafsha is saying, yes, she does resonate with the Pleiadians. When you said that, my heart chakra started expanding and opening. Well, that's beautiful. That's definitely a good sign. A sign of confirmation. I love that. And can you ask him about where my starseed family came from? He keeps highlighting Orion for you, and so you might, I think you have some ties to Orion. So check into that a little bit more and see if that resonates with you. When you look up information on Orion, you will either feel like a draw to them or not. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up on though for you. Regina, thank you. It resonates. Okay, great. I'm glad we got through all the comments. I'm keeping an eye on time. So let's move to the next being, which is Mahavatar Babaji. I'm going to ask Ashtar, and thank you, Ashtar, for stepping in and giving us so much love and light and just protection, all of that. I'm going to ask Ashtar to step back, and I'm going to invite Mahavatar in. I'm going to read about him first. So, and then let me know what you guys are sensing even now. If we bring him in now, you might start picking up on his frequency right away. Sometimes it happens super fast. I've noticed the minute you start thinking about them, they start, you can start feeling their energy. So let me know if that's happening for you. You're welcome, Lauren. Okay, so a little bit about Babaji, which is his shortened version of his name, and how he is known as a master yogi and a carrier of the Christ light in India. So Paramahansa Yogananda wrote about him in his book, An Autobiography of a Yogi. He is considered to be the father or grandfather. He is the great incarnated father, is what they call him in Hindu culture. He is widely believed, or it is widely believed, that an avatar is an incarnation of a deity or divine being. So they're just talking about how they viewed him. And let's go. And then he can help us connect with the infinite presence and light of God, so that we can really know on a heart level that we are part of a divine plan. And Paramahansa Yogananda says, the Mahavatar is in constant communion with Christ. Together they send out vibrations of redemption and have planned the spiritual technique of salvation for this age. Wow, I just love to, didn't really realize that before I started researching him more, that he had such a close connection to Christ's energy and Christ consciousness and Christ himself. So that's really interesting to learn about. And then when you are working with Babaji, he can help you on the yogic journey, help you unite body, mind, and soul, support you in establishing a clear connection to the divine, and help you embody the Christ light on earth. So how beautiful is that? I'm really excited to bring him forth. I already kind of started to feel his energy kind of behind me around the back of my head. Again, more upper chakra activity going on. But if you haven't already, please invite him in and allow yourself to feel and sense his energy, and then write down in the comments how you are sensing him. And Marjorie reminds us that body movement is important to integrating energy. And yes, thank you, Marjorie. That is very true. Lauren, thank you, Ash and Rachel. Oh, Val, I saw that already. Okay, thank you. Nicole is going to watch the replay later. She has a long day. Thank you so much for joining, Nicole. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye. Lauren's hearing Indian music and his accent. Oh, wow. Love that. Very cool. So you must be getting a lot clairaudiently, or maybe that's one of your dominant clairs. Lauren, and now she's seeing, okay, she's seeing a man, long black beard and hair, brown eyes, and red dot on head, wearing white loose clothing and pants. Very cool. Awesome. And Alyssa's getting greens and browns and ivy leaves. And Vanessa is getting pressure in her eyes. So yeah, I kind of like to go with the flow here, and we don't necessarily have to do each clair specifically, but we can. But this is awesome because you guys are just kind of coming in with how you naturally pick up on energy, and not focusing too hard on one aspect. So I love that. So yeah, let's just see how everybody is sensing his energy and what you guys are getting. Khan is feeling Babaji come in the base of the skull, eye socket pressure, temples building up in the crown. Wow, I'm kind of feeling some pressure, not like more behind, more behind my eyes as well now. So that's really interesting. Kira is feeling strong energy from my crown to heart. Beautiful. Another being with a lot of heart energy coming in. I love that. Marjorie says he came in through her heart and moved through it as a snake waves from root to crown. Wow, very cool. That's interesting. I love that though. He's really, it's almost like a Kundalini effect going on there. Love that. Patrick, I'm feeling a triple heartbeat. Very odd feeling. Several triple, then a double, then one more triple. Wow, it's like he's really activating your heart. Wow, that's very interesting that you're sensing him so intensely. Very cool. And that you can even pick up on like that aspect of your heart. Feel the difference in how it's changed in its beating. And that's very cool. Marjorie says he's very grounding. Yes, his energy is kind of calming down, and as it's calming down, it is sort of pulling me a little bit more down. So I am feeling definitely not the same as Ashtar in that way, but maybe we should kind of talk about that, how their energies are different. Vanessa, she meant to say ears, feeling a vibration in the ears. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. Very cool though. Another way that they sometimes he might be working on your ear chakras and helping to open them up. Regina, lots of pressure on her crown. Michelle, also feel pressure behind her eyes. Wow, yes, I'm feeling that. Anne gets that he loves different clear colors from yellow and gold, orange, and he has a strong love for India and kind of connect to all mankind under his robe. Upper chakra, mostly heart. Wow, beautiful. As I'm reading that, I'm feeling and seeing this heart connection, this like energetic cord that he has. He's showing to India and all of mankind. So I really feel like there's a strong connection also with Christ in that way. So I'm kind of sensing that energy, but I think it's awesome that you were able to pick up on the colors. Also very cool. Marjorie says he's opening her pelvis and her breasts were opening with motherly energy. Wow, very, very interesting. So some divine feminine energy coming in through him. He's known as the great, I think it said the great father, but that's interesting. He also encompasses that motherly energy. I love that. Thank you for sharing. Alyssa's saying, I get the grounding with him. Yeah, I'm feeling a lot more grounded with him than I did with Ashtar for sure. So that's cool. But I think it makes sense because he was on Earth and he has a strong connection to Earth. So it's interesting how Ashtar was showing us a strong connection to the galactic, and a lot of us were seeing stars or traveling through space with him, and then with Babaji, we're feeling like really grounding energy and love for Earth, love for India, a strong connection. So I like that we're able to kind of sense the difference in those energies and how they present. Regina's getting grounding also. Lauren is feeling warmth from root to heart chakra and a wall of warmth, or it's a wall of warmth. It's slow energy, calming and comforting. Yes, it feels very soothing to me as well. Banafsha is saying, I feel his energy behind my head and on my temples as well as on my crown. Yeah, that's where he kind of came in really strong for me at first, but he's really settled down more in the lower chakras, but very, very cool. So a lot of similarities as to how we're sensing his energy, and definitely some contrasting differences between Ashtar and Babaji, but still a lot of heart expansion with both. So let's move on to, I feel like we can zone in a little bit more on clairvoyance, or we can move to clairaudience if you would like. Let's just check in clairvoyantly. Let's see if he wants to give us a message clairvoyantly. So I'm going to ask him to open up our third eye and give us a message clairvoyantly, a color, a symbol, a picture that he wants to share with us right now. And let's see what we can pick up on. I'm seeing like blue and dark violet, so like a mix of those colors, so like almost like an indigo kind of color. I'm seeing some sacred geometry as well, like the seed of life maybe. I'm still not familiar with all of the exact, but I feel like it might be more the seed of life than the flower of life, but they're very similar, so I could be wrong on what I'm exactly seeing, but and I'm getting like the dark brown hair too. His image isn't very close up, but it's just kind of like the shade of his skin color. I'm seeing like a darker brown and like a darker, really dark brown black hair and long hair I'm seeing. So yeah, let us know what you guys are seeing. Clairvoyance isn't always my strongest, so that's really interesting, but I do get some visuals, usually a little bit. Calm and loving, Tina says. Oh yes, very. And I'm hearing the word compassionate, so it's like I'm picking up on that in his vibration as well. Very compassionate and loving and nurturing. I'm hearing in kind of what Marjorie was saying about him being very motherly towards her. Marjorie's laughing. He is calling us all life creator. Oh, beautiful. I love that. Awesome. And Lauren's seeing him meditate in an ashram. She's seeing orange and a lotus. The ashrams were white and golden brown. Beautiful. So a lot of colors you guys are picking up on are like orange and yellows and whites and brown. Yeah, I was sensing a lot of brown with him. And I felt like maybe that was his like image, but now I feel like it was kind of like also just like that's a vibration, like earthy vibration is what I'm kind of sensing about him as well. But then I'm also getting that those indigo blue colors are like kind of his crown, like the crown, the opening up to the higher knowledge is he's saying, and now he's saying the creator knowledge. So he's kind of chuckling about what Marjorie was saying. So interesting. It's funny, once I connect to beings, it's like sometimes they'll just like throw things at me. So I just want to try to share that with you as it comes. Let's see, I'm just got lost for a second. Oh, Patrick, very grounding, and he feels like he is sitting on a hillside looking over and down a valley. He's also seeing triangles and earth colors pointing inwards from four sides, giving a black negative X in the middle. Wow, Patrick, with all of these sacred symbols you're getting. I love this. So interesting. Very, very cool. Khan, I'm seeing his round face with a long, thin mustache, red turban with gold jeweler features, older India military type jacket, red with gold too. Oh, I love the imagery. I love the imagery. I love the detail. Very cool. It gives a good like kind of perspective of his personality and what he represents, and just that's very cool. Like we can connect to him more with that. Thank you. And live with an open heart. That is so important, he says. Yes, thank you. I love that. And you know, we don't have to go so in order. If you're getting messages, share them. Thank you. Very true. Regina sees brown eyes looking at her with love. Love that. Love that. Okay, so let's officially move to clairaudience just to see it, if he wants to send us a message and open up our ear chakras to hear either a word or a message that he would like to share to the group at this time. And let's see what you guys pick up on with his message. And I'm going to see if I can, meanwhile, tune in to what, if he has a message for the group at this time. He's just highlighting the word love. He's just saying, like, be love, be in love, with love, be the love your heart desires, be the one who gives and receives. Align with love in all that you do. Walk, and he's saying that's the true path. That's the true path to enlightenment, is love, and learning how to align with that vibration of love. He's saying that's what living and being a human is all about. We've, in a sense, lost our ability to connect to that part of our higher being, our higher soul. And he's wanting us to find that within. And he's showing, like, yoga, the yogic path, as the traditional, the Eastern traditional way of finding that, or aligning the body, mind, and soul as one, he's saying, with the frequency of love. And coming into harmony, and all of our energetic systems coming into harmony can be accomplished through the practice of yoga. The study of yoga, the philosophies of yoga are very important to understanding how the body works, how energy works, how the pathways of energy work, and can be, he's saying how energy can be transmuted and how the pathways can be opened up, and he's saying restored. He's using that word specifically, restored, energetically, aligned, to let love flow through. So he's showing it to just let the love come pouring down, and lift you up in vibration, lift all your cells in vibration to praise God, I'm hearing. Yeah, and to remember our creator selves. So as being created in the image of God, he's showing. And so I'm gonna see what you guys are picking up on as far as a message, and then I will also invite anyone who has a specific question for Babaji to post that in the comments as well. And then I'm gonna go up here. So Marjorie is saying, he is showing me a father with a child. I love that imagery. Beautiful. Kira's saying, be loved, spread love, love yourself deeply. Oh my gosh, Kira, that's exactly, like, pretty much what I was getting, like, right off the bat. It was really, really resonating with that also, Kira. Michelle says, heard love. Oh my gosh, so great. So we're all really picking up on his message right now. I love that. Alyssa, she got, don't forget to utilize the earth's resources, especially foods and spices, natural high vibe foods. And she's thinking of Indian spices. Wow, that's really, I love that. That's really important also information. And I'm thinking, I'm like seeing also the spices that he might be mentioning, and there are a lot of Indian spices that are really healing. I mean, really, spices have each probably have their own healing properties, but that's really awesome. I love that you picked up on that. Khan, I got love too. If you want to connect with us, you need to meet our vibrations. Yes, I feel him like nodding as I'm nodding. I'm like nodding, but I think it's because I'm feeling him nodding. Um, that's like kind of what he wants to get us to kind of get out of the greater point, out of the message, is if you really want to connect and align with that frequency. And he's kind of highlighting like self-mastery, or what it means to be an ascended master. It's just aligning with love. And they're holding that vibration for us, and we can call on them to draw down that vibration. But essentially, we need to meet them at their vibration, is what he's saying. We need to learn how to raise ourselves up to really match their vibration. So I'm like feeling like him, like an extension off of your message, Con, but him kind of like wanting to zero in on that point, magnify that point for us. So thank you for sharing that. Lauren, she sees the bigger perspective of creation, and she's seeing a town like small toys, like you're looking up from an airplane and a hawk flying above. She's sensing acceptance and non-judgment, hearing compassion and cultivating of simple joys. That is such a beautiful imagery. I love that. Wow. And the compassion, I totally picked up on that in his vibration, and acceptance and non-judgment. I love that. The simple joys. Yes. Thank you for sharing that, Lauren. Marjorie is seeing a willow tree moving in the wind with beauty. Oh, beautiful, Marjorie. I love the imagery of that as well. It just feels very graceful to me. Kind of like a go with the flow type of energy. I like that. Kira, this is the first time I received a message. What, Kira? What? That's awesome. Congratulations. I mean, I don't even know if that's the right word to say, but that's awesome. Um, so that's great. Like, yes, spot on, Kira. I felt like all of that, the same of message coming through for me. So I think that's so wonderful. Yay. And they're giving you confirmation, and I feel like he's clapping his hands for you as well. So awesome job. She says she has a really strong connection with Babaji. Oh, that makes sense. Does he have a message for me? Yes, I would love to tune in. Let me do that now, but he was definitely applauding you for that. And well, actually, right now, he's bowing to you like this. It was very graceful. And he's smiling, and he's saying he's proud of you for like tuning in, for well, he's clarifying. He's not, he's proud of you. He's using the word specifically receiving, for receiving, because he's kind of putting the emphasis on you doing that. Um like you having the faith, you doing the work, like it's your gift, and he's honoring you for that. He is highlighting that you have, and he's calling it like a magical connection, a very strong connection. Um, and I feel like he's kind of showing me like there's maybe through your dreams you might pick up on his energy. I'm feeling like it's a very like blended energy, like it's very harmonized on a soul level, he's saying. So he was kind of showing me an image where like I couldn't tell, like where it's almost like your subconscious is just like emanating with his energy or emanating with his love. So I was feeling like maybe he was saying he connects with you through your dreams, or when you're like more open energetically to receiving his messages. But there's also a purity in your he's saying in your, sorry, I'm claircognizantly trying to decipher the message, so maybe it's not coming out clear, but we'll get it will, because he will clarify. So he's saying there's a purity in your connection, in your heart, in your heart's connection with him. He's showing like two strings attached, like a string attached from his heart to yours, and the energy flowing, like he's giving you energy through that connection. So you're probably feeling a lot of maybe expansion in your heart when you connect with him more consciously. But he's saying, like, on an unconscious level, like on a subconscious level, on a deeper soul level, he's saying you have like a, he's saying infinite connection. Like there's, and now he's saying like infinite potential. So he's helping you kind of connect the dots to your infinite self, he's showing, your infinite creator being. He's helping guide you in that process of finding yourself, reclaiming your power, understanding your sovereignty and role as a creator and manifester in this lifetime. And there's just a deep heart connection. So he's saying what I was sensing and perceiving was right, but he was just trying to clarify that, like, what I was picking up on energetically was more like a feeling or a knowing, but not fully understanding the concept. So I hope that he kind of explained that. I felt like this infinite connection, and it was hard to come up with the words, but he kind of helped to fill in the blanks there for me. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense now to you. But definitely a strong heart connection, and definitely you're definitely being guided. So I love that, Kira, and I'm so glad that you were able to hear a message from him as well. Hope that resonates. And Marjorie says he is showing me the dance of a man and woman coming together and being in union. Wow, that is beautiful. I love that. I love this divine masculine and feminine balancing energy, which is also so like strong with Jesus as well. So I love that. That's beautiful. Michelle is saying, I said love same time you did, makes me not question my messages. That's right. Especially when you have doubts, sometimes they'll throw in like a really strong sign or synchronicity like that, because when you set the intention on wanting to connect, it's natural to have some doubt kind of come up in our minds. Are we getting it right? But I found that my guides and angels, or whoever I'm channeling, or my team, will usually give me like a really strong sign if they want me to kind of shift my focus back to the positive. So that's awesome. I'm glad you noticed that. Very cool. Tina says, question, describe the difference between compassion and codependent action. Wow, very interesting question. Let me tune in with him on that. So what is the difference between compassion and codependent action? He's highlighting codependent action, and he's saying something about free will. Okay, so let me, I feel like I'm getting like bits and pieces, but not the clear message. Let me see what how he's gonna frame this. So the feeling is like, codependency is like relying too much on others. He's clarifying. Yes. Okay. I'm getting it, but it's coming in super fast. So I'm going to ask him to slow it down because he's connecting to the next point before I can even get the first one out. Okay. So yes, can you slow it down? Thank you. Okay. So codependent, there's a connection between like free will. So that's what's kind of confusing me. But he's starting off by saying codependency or codependent action is relying too heavily on others to provide what you need, or what you are wanting to receive from self. So he's saying free will was your birthright, right, to choose how you create what it is you want. So those who are kind of not fully in tune with their creative power, and that the fact that they have a free will right to choose what they energetically align with, or what they don't align with or choose not to align with, will create a feeling of either being free or being trapped in your own mind. He's showing like mind enslavement is really where our freedom comes from. He's showing our freedom comes from how free we are in our mind. So like if we're not allowing our ego, the sense is to dictate our reality, but we're using our higher awareness and our intuition and our freedom of expression, and we're using our free will correctly in how we are choosing to manifest. So he's kind of drawing it back to compassion being a gift that we are giving. Free will and conscious, like using our free will and consciously. So when he says free will, I feel like he's also saying consciously. When we're consciously gifting love to another, but he's using like the sense as, it's really hard to explain what he's saying, but I think you guys will understand this. It's like we're giving freely from the heart with a conscious awareness of that's what we are wanting to do. Whereas when you're acting from a codependent place, you are not necessarily fully conscious of why you're giving so much attention and energy and even love to another. It's sometimes not within your capabilities. He's saying to recognize that because you are too trapped by your mind, by your own, he's saying like lack of integration or a lack of how you are essentially responsible and able to create your own reality, to choose where you want to focus your attention. So the sense is like codependency is like more like you're not really, you're relying too much on others, and you're maybe giving too much to others in a way that isn't serving you, he's saying. So always be aware of how that relationship is serving you. And if it's compassion, it comes from the heart, and there's no expectation of getting your needs met at a certain level. You are already getting your needs met. Like that would be ideal. Like you would be already know how to get your needs met as like a creator being, or as someone who is like sovereign unto self, is what he's showing. So that was kind of a tough one to translate. I hope that resonates. Let me know if you have questions specifically to that. Marjorie says, bring in the energy of the divine as you meet one another in the connection of the sexual experience, the ecstasy and dance and touch. Wow. Very cool. I love that. Bringing in that like more intimate aspect of meeting others on that higher soul level. Very cool. Lauren, you're welcome, Rachel, and thank you. Oh, this is a great time. Thank you, Lauren. I'm glad you're having fun. I'm actually going through each and every comment, so it might be taking me a little bit longer, but I'm keeping my eye on the time. We might move through the next being a little bit quicker. I might just have to wrap up these questions for Babaji in the next 2 minutes. So I'll just quickly try to see if Marjorie says she has a message for Babaji, or would love a message. I'm sorry. So let me tune into him and see what he wants to say to Marjorie. He's just saying you are such a gift. You are such a light. He's just wanting you to keep working your magic. He's saying you're helping a lot. He's saying you're very heart-centered. You're very heart-based. He's saying you come from the right place. You like you have the right meaning, like in your expression, like behind what you do. It's like it's honest, it's pure. He's just kind of giving me the sense of this, so I'm just describing it. But I'm vibrating like all over, like my arms. I think it's like just goosebumps right now. Yeah, so he's just saying, yeah, you're very heart connected. You're very compassionate. very heart-driven in all that you do. And he's just honoring you for that. He's just wanting you to keep shining your light, keep sharing the message. You're helping others connect to their hearts as well. And that's really one of your sacred gifts that you are giving to us to Earth at this time. So he's, yeah, I feel like he's calling you the enlightened one. So I feel like he's really showing you as somebody who's kind of found the path and is on the path and has a lot to offer those who are wanting to align with that frequency of love, he's saying. So, wow, very cool. I hope that resonates, Marjorie. I know I have that feeling from you, so yeah, thank you, Babaji. That was beautiful. Okay, I don't have any more times for any more questions with Babaji. I'm sorry. I wish I could get to them all. Let's see. Okay, Alyssa has one question here. Let me just see what Alyssa says. Well, I wasn't going to ask, but I'm being pushed to ask. Who's the male energy I keep seeing? I keep seeing the same male image show up. It is significant, and I haven't placed him yet. Okay, let me just see if we can tune into that, Melissa. I'm feeling like he's a guide. I'm hearing like a spirit guide. Not sure if that resonates with you. I do feel my energy kind of draining a little bit, so that's why I'm probably not going to try to tune into too much more with that, because I want to keep my energy for the rest. But if I get anything later on that, I will get back to you with that one, Alyssa. But I was hearing guide and then spirit, so spirit guide. So I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but let me know. But I am going to move on to, I do want to move on to Brigid. So I want to thank Babaji for coming, stepping forward, and for sharing his messages with us. And I'm going to ask him to now step back and allow Goddess Brigid to come forward, who is the last Ascended Master we'll be channeling today. I'm just going to kind of try to combine everything and shorten it a little bit. So what I'm just going to ask is for her to come in and to help us feel and sense her energy and presence. And then whatever ways, whether it's clairvoyantly or clairaudiently or clairsentiently, whatever ways you are picking up on her energy, let us know in the comments, because I don't think I'm going to spend too much time on each clair with Brigid. I want to give some room for channeling messages and questions with her, and then kind of wrap it up no later than, well, it would be 3 my time, but I am looking at the time right now, and it does say 1:33, so I'm seeing 3:3. Good confirmation on that. So let me just read a little bit more about Brigid and who Brigid is while you guys are picking up on her energy. It's been really fun, though. I'm having like a really good time. And yeah, it's my first time doing this, so I'm just kind of learning what my energy levels are, and I can see my energy a little bit like dropping, but some powerful energy coming through here. So Brigid is a Celtic goddess of Ireland who is closely associated with fire and the season of spring. She's the goddess of fertility, healing, and all the renewing energies that spring brings. She can help us channel our energy into something that is important for our growth, which is very interesting. And working with Brigid can help you connect with your passions and desires, give you support with fertility and giving birth to new projects, guide you to connect with Celtic ancestry and the people of those lands, and ignite your inner fire. So definitely kind of, I feel like intuitively maybe a different type of energy we might pick up on with Brigid, because she is more of a feminine energy, but she's a fiery energy. So it'll be interesting to see the differences. So let me tune in. I'm going to try to pick up on her energy myself and tune into her energy real quick. And I'm right off the bat feeling her a little bit more in my solar plexus chakra. And I'm feeling a lot of warmth in my ears as well. My ears feel like they're on fire a little bit. So that's interesting. And a lot of pressure in the back of my neck and head as well. But inner warmth, like definitely a feeling of the warmthness coming through, and some heart expansion as well. But a lot of solar plexus energy. So let me see how you guys are feeling her. Marjorie says she feels explosive and expansive. Yes, very true. Lauren says feeling warmth, strong feline energy, or feminine. I don't know if you meant which one you meant, but heart chakra and crown chakra, solar plexus too. Yes, I'm definitely feeling her there. She's seeing a red-headed woman in a golden and green gown holding an orange frame. She's saying, light your passions and pursue them. Wow, very cool. I'm holding an orange frame. Interesting, I'm kind of seeing her holding a torch with fire coming out, so I find that very interesting. Yes, she said meant feminine. Beautiful, feminine energy, yes. Marjorie, let your body roar. Wow, I'm feeling passion in that. Like even just reading that, I'm feeling her passion kind of ramping up inside, like coming from the heart and the solar. Like really, those two feel very tied together. Those chakras with her energy. And I'm hearing ignite your fire, and she's showing like turning a switch on and showing me like a vision of her holding a torch, like wanting to kind of, you know, wave it around so you can see the light and you can see the way. So, and Lauren said flame. Okay, got you. So we were seeing, you said frame, but it was flame. I get it. Yeah, so we were kind of seeing the same thing. So I find that, you know, super awesome. Sorry, lots of throat chakra activity now. It might be just me talking too much. Khan says he feels her strong earthing energy, solar plexus, ears, top of head, closer to the forehead, red hair, green velvet type jacket, beautiful skin, and he feels her strength and guidance that we can do anything. Love her energy. Yes, a lot of similarities between how we're experiencing her, and I also am really loving this energy. I'm thinking in my mind, like, I need to channel her more. I don't, and I don't think I ever have really directly connected with her in that way. So, but yeah, she's really fiery and like passionate and just kind of, it's like she's helping you come alive, you know? Really, really cool. Definitely a contrast to the other more like calm. I won't say she's, I don't know. I just feel she's just like, there's more like wanting to move, wanting to do something, wanting to act with her type of energy than just kind of being and like, oh, you know, being more meditative like the other type, or I would say at least with Babaji anyways. It's hard to describe the differences, but I think you guys know what I mean. Patrick says she's very focused like a laser beam, thin beam like metal, but also electricity. I can definitely feel the electrical, yeah, connection in her energy there. I can see that. Kira, strong energy, third eye, heart, and also feeling back of the neck. Yes, I definitely was feeling that. Really cool. Kira, I call on Brigid when I need strength and courage. She is powerful. Wow, beautiful. Yeah, I'm kind of just still learning about her. So thank you. That's awesome. I can see how she would be helpful in that way. and got very warm feet and hands, reminding us of connecting to our passions and saying something about the importance of getting things done and fulfill what you are doing. Wow, beautiful. So she's kind of like action oriented, and I'm just getting kind of she's drawing my attention to her being like the goddess of spring and birth, like bringing into to birth or bringing our creation, creating new ideas and birthing them into reality takes conscious effort, I'm hearing, and a call to action, she's saying. So that very much resonates. Thank you, Anne. Marjorie, let the screams out to clear your body. Screaming is a great way to clear your energy. Don't feel afraid of the unsolved energies. Yes, that is very true. You know, and that's also a good way to clear, I think, our throat chakra as well. Screaming, just letting it out. A lot of times we repress things, and so sometimes, yeah, it's one way to clear the energy. I love that. Did you channel that from her directly, Marjorie? Because that's pretty cool. Con, she makes me feel like I need to get up and move. Yeah, that's how I was feeling. I'm like, I feel like her energy is more like not, you know, yeah, like move, like go, do something. Very cool. Michelle, hope I'm not projecting this throat stuff to you. No, I always have an issue with my throat chakra when I channel. I mean, yeah, I guess naturally, like a lot of energy comes through there when you're channeling, and I constantly feel like I need to clear my throat sometimes. Earlier I was feeling a tickle, that kind of went away. But no, I don't think you're projecting. It seems common for me. Marjorie, anger, passion, sadness, and all the rest can be great conductors of real movement. Yes, beautiful. I love how she keeps drawing us to movement. Um, yeah, I am feeling like inspired to move. It's interesting. I'm thinking already like, you know, I've been sitting here for a while, like getting up and moving sounds really good right now. So that's really cool that we're getting all of that coming through. Yes, they're giving me, yes, beautiful, Marjorie. I know you pick up and channel so well. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing these messages with us. It's very helpful and really powerful information. I love that. All three masters. Yes, yes. Beautiful, Marjorie. Thank you. We'll see if anybody has any questions now, and then I'll see if I can pick up on a message if she's wanting to share. But if I do, I probably won't channel her too long because I want to have room for the questions. But yeah, so she's saying she has a very driven, very focused energy at times, a very sensual energy, a sensual, like feminine energy. So she's just saying and showing that you can tune into her for that, to draw that energy up through your solar and into your heart and into your throat, she is saying, because essentially those are kind of the three centers that are really outwardly focused, like action focused, bringing things into manifestation, bringing things into creation, utilizing that creative force, power, and potential within to birth anything you desire into reality. And then now she's kind of pointing to the mind as well, setting the intention and setting your focus. So she's giving me and saying laser beamed focus. So she's showing like a laser beam focusing in on what you set your sights on, what you want to do in your life. And she wants you to check in with your heart. What is it that you want to do? What are your passions? What lights your fire? What gets that energy worked up inside of you? She's kind of giving you that feeling of what it feels like when you touch on something that activates your heart chakra and wants to be put into motion. So she's just kind of showing the process of what it feels like to be creatively inspired by something, to the point of like you just can't even sit in your chair. You just want to go do something right away about that. And she's kind of drawing that back to like now is the time to be birthing like these new ideas, to be harnessing this type of energy. And she's kind of showing the sun now, the energy of the sun, and like the powerful forces of energy that are coming onto Earth right now is really honing in on creation and creating better better strategies for mankind to evolve, better pathways, better solutions, better vision. So the sense is like this is the time to be birthing into being new projects that are related to helping our planet evolve as a whole. So anything that's going to help our planet and the people of our planet get into alignment energetically with the higher frequencies is something to focus your intention on creating and birthing into this reality. So very cool. Thank you, Brigid, for sharing that. And then I'm going to see if anybody has a question or anything else. Benefsha says, I was wondering if Goddess Brigid has any message for me. Yes. Let me ask her, do you have any message for Benefsha? She's saying yes. She's saying, be the power that you are. She's saying you are a force to be reckoned with. She's saying, be the light and the carrier of the light. So she's saying, and she's saying the carrier of the torch for others. So she's showing you kind of being the one that shines the light for others, that helps others find their way, find their path. That might be struggling, that might be tripping and falling, or getting kind of lost in the dark passages of their lives. She's showing you to as somebody who can come into really kind of put your hand out to them and like help guide them a little bit through the darker times. So I don't know if you have people that are close to you that might be struggling, or if you know that might be more of a general statement for as being a light worker, but I feel like maybe there are people that are drawn to you that might be in a darker place, that might need your light, might need your guidance in those areas. And she's saying yes. She's saying those who need your help will come to you, will seek you out for that. And now she's shifting it to like creative passions and ideas, and she's showing there being a flow of creative ideas coming in and ways to express your light. And she's wanting you to kind of harness in and focus in on like one of these ideas and let one of those ideas just kind of move in the direction it wants to move into, just kind of allowing a pathway to open up energetically, trusting in the flow and allowing and focusing your intention on letting that or creating that which you are wanting to create. So the sense is there is like things that you want to do or pursue more that are creative projects or ideas, and she's just wanting you to hone in on maybe like one of those areas that you are most drawn to, that would be easy for you to kind of just start into and allow for that and trust in that process to kind of unfold and open up for you naturally. So I hope that resonates with you. And Khan is hearing, I'm hearing it's time to rise up and spread our wings and voices, explore the unknown. What scares you? Love will always prevail over any fears or doubts. Wow, yes, that's awesome. That's so true. Explore the unknown. It's like being willing to kind of take that leap of faith and go out there is that that in and of itself sometimes causes a lot of resistance to trying new things because there's a sense of unknown and we're just not sure how it's going to work out. But she is definitely pushing us. She's got this fiery energy and this intensity about her that's really pushing us to kind of dare to be different. I'm hearing her say, just light the way. Don't be afraid to move forward with your plans. She's kind of highlighting that as well. If you have something you want to do, go for it. Take small steps of action towards that goal, and know that you will be met there with light. Know that you will be met with support. With each step you take, it's like she's showing with each step you take, it might feel like you don't know even where the step is. Like you might not be able to even see where you're going to land, but you're just putting your foot out there as if you're going to step onto something. She's like saying, know that there will always be a place to land, a safe place to land. So, you'll be supported with that. So that's really cool. I love that. Michelle says, when will I build my inner strength again? Yes, let me ask her that. So she's showing the image of like you being like a flower and just kind of rising up, and slowly gaining strength and momentum and trust. So there's a sense of vulnerability, but also a sense of expansion and being willing to open up, to trusting, to sharing, to allowing like love to flow in. So she's just showing you like a flower that's just kind of petal by petal, just wanting to just open up. And there's symbolism of because she's showing me a pink flower. And whenever I see a pink flower, it usually symbolizes the heart chakra. And I see that symbol a lot with different goddesses that I work with that will show that image of like your heart kind of expanding and healing petal by petal. Feeling more free, feeling more safe, they're saying, to be yourself, to trust that the world is going to support you in your endeavors. So these are all things that they are wanting you to believe in. They are wanting you to know in your heart that are true, that you are supported, you are loved, you belong here, and that there's a group of people out there that are like here to help you grow and expand in many new directions. So the sense is like you're going to learn a lot about yourself through this process of discovery that is just beginning to like show itself, to blossom and to bloom in your life. So I'm hearing transformations, also getting confirmation on that. So just many transformations, inner work that are going to result in kind of a change in scenery, a change in vibration, and a change in what you are attracting into your life. So I hope that resonates with you, Michelle, and helps to answer your question. Okay, and I'm just looking at the time, so I am going to try to wrap this up pretty soon in the next like 5 minutes or so. Patrick has a question. What can I do to heal myself? Yeah, so I feel her energy kind of calming down right now and getting like really calm and like soothing in a way. She's definitely coming in softer. I think she's taking off some of the intensity that she had before. So let me ask, what can Patrick do to heal himself? So she's saying to focus more intentionally on, one, what aspects of yourself are wounded. So the sense is like she's wanting you to gain a greater sense of awareness around what parts of yourself are really speaking out to you right now, that are showing like woundedness right now. So I'm not sure if that it's like there might be aspects or sides of yourself that are more, it feels more like shadow work to me, is what she's kind of, the way she's showing it. So maybe there's some shadow work and integration focus that you might want to focus a little bit more on as far as self-healing goes. And I'm just seeing if there's anything else that she wants to kind of highlight for you with that. She's showing like the energies, so just raising your vibration. She's kind of emphasizing just really learning how to, and she's talking about meditation, just going within, and she's also saying you can talk to those parts of yourself when you go within through meditation. So that's a way to kind of alleviate some of the symptoms of maybe like, or ways those parts are maybe expressing themselves through you that are not in alignment with your higher self. She's showing that's kind of part of the process of self-understanding and self-awareness. But she's also showing that meditation can generally help you to raise your frequency when it comes to aligning with like a healing frequency. So in the physical manner, she's drawing your attention to, if you're feeling like symptoms in the body, you can kind of draw your focus and awareness to those areas that there are like energy blockages, and then just focus on lifting the vibration of those areas. So just bringing in a higher vibration with your own awareness of that. So these are like different aspects to healing she's talking about, but generally saying that you're like on the right track with everything. And it's a process that's happening kind of naturally and organically for you, but you can put more focused attention on it if you desire, if you are struggling with certain aspects of self, she's saying, or manifestation, she's calling it. So yeah, I feel her kind of pulling away, and I hope that helps answer your question, Patrick. And Marjorie is saying, stop holding emotions in your gut. Breath work to your stomach is to help release them. Your gut feeds the body. Don't feed it all you don't want. Practice the emptying of your gut through breath, sounds, and screaming. Oh, wow. So it's really interesting that Marjorie is kind of getting really a lot of great advice for healing. And I'm just seeing that connection now. So, and I'm hearing like inner child work, like a lot of this is focused on kind of that inner child work and like understanding those maybe shadow aspects or wounded parts of ourselves. And then also how those emotions are kind of blocked and needing to be maybe expressed and let go of and released. So I recommend everybody to really go back and read Marjorie's comments, because she's been really putting a lot of good information out there on how we can release these pent-up emotions. And I love how Brigid is coming through Marjorie with a lot of intensity and kind of like just wanting to move that energy and showing us that sometimes there are many different ways we can do that that aren't just like meditation. So yeah, I like how we're getting like a well-rounded understanding of the ways we can help to, self-heal and integrate. And she's saying to whoever is experiencing lower back pain and back discomfort, she wants you to close your eyes and call forward the energy through breath and let it out. Awesome. Wow. She's really coming in strong through Marjorie. So I love that. Thank you so much, Marjorie. It's so helpful. Vanefsha says, that was so beautiful. Definitely resonated. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad that it resonated. Thank you for letting me know that. Kira, awesome. Thank you. You're welcome, Kira. And thank you, Rachel, and to all the masters for sharing your time and understanding and helping all of us with our ascension. And thank you, everybody in this group. Thank you, and thank you so much. It was a beautiful time. I am going to wrap it up now because I am noticing that we're hitting the 2-hour mark. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it was helpful for a lot of you. So thank you for joining, and I will see you all. Say bye for now. Bye.